Hi there, this is Live Prepper here. Hello, everybody, again. I was thinking, I've been through some trials and tribulations here lately, trying to deal with it, trying to adjust, changing my lifestyle, changing things I was doing. And I was thinking, you've got to develop a backbone and thick skin in this lifestyle. Being a prepper isn't easy. Now, there's all different types. There's, some is out there, and then there's some is super out there, paranoid, super out there. Now, I'm what I call a low scale prepper, a back to basics prepper. That means I'm reteaching myself about nature, I'm canning, I'm taking time to learn things like, for example, I'm studying to get my motorcycle license, to learn how to use one in case I want one, of course. I'm a big kid at heart. I want one. But that's something to learn in a situation because you don't know if you ever need it. So that's my low scale, my back to basics prepping on a lot of things. But like so many, I might be sitting there and I've had people give me the look. Give me the look. And I'm like, okay. So I talk to certain ones about canning and cooking and little basic things. And I'll make a comment about being a prepper. But I say, I'm a back to basic ones. I do nature and I do all this other stuff. I'm not really one of these that gets real super crazy on some of the stuff. I do the skits and I do this and that. And I talk about a little bit of everything. Now, but the problem is a lot of preppers really get discouraged. And everyday life is in our way. Everyday life. We deal with relationships, we deal with children, we deal with neighbors, we deal with friends, we deal with loneliness. Many preppers tend to withdraw from society for a reason. They begin to close in with their own little family unit. But then you got those that's posting 24/7 on every little thing there is. And they're very much out there in the groups and the conventions and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for most preppers, we're having to develop a backbone. We're having to stand firm on what we feel. And so many of them winds up giving up in it because a new relationship or old relationship went bad or they got sick or whatever reason is, job, too much stress in the job, whatever. A lot of them just says, I can't do this anymore, can't do it anymore. And we're all been there. People's making fun of me, they're talking about me, I can't do this anymore, I'm getting ready, I'm not going to these groups anymore, I'm tired of people making fun of me. I'm tired of my friends not being my friends anymore. They used to come over and play cards with me. We used to have, good pizza at party night. Now they don't want to come over anymore since I've started prepping and they just don't want to associate with me. I'm done. I'm tired. But you know what? You have to develop a backbone. You have to develop thick skin for this. Because I'll tell you what, if they're any kind of friends, they're going to accept that. That's what you do. Don't mean they got to do it. It's what you do. Just like an alcoholic decides they're going to quit drinking, and all the friends was alcoholics too. Well, funny thing is, as you quit drinking, a lot of those friends that you partied and stuff with quits coming around because you're no longer supplying them with the booze. You're no longer supplying them with this. You're no longer supplying them with that. You're no longer living their type of lifestyle, getting drunk and all this other stuff, or getting strung out on drugs or whatever. You're no longer living that lifestyle. So they slowly go away because you're not that kind of person for them anymore. So if it's a true friend or a true family member, they may not totally understand it, but they'll accept it within their own limits, but they're not going to turn their back on it. Unfortunately, many preppers I feel are still very underground about things because they have to be, because of the way society judges them. A lot of people think that they're accepting preppers more in society. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. Some people feel it's that way, some don't. It's misfigured, but no matter what, as a prepper, you either develop a backbone or thick skin, or you're just not going to make it. You're not going to survive in anything. In everyday life, you're not even going to survive it because you're so worried about what everybody else is thinking. You're so worried about your own personal life. You're so worried about your job. You're worried to the point that it's controlling you to that point that you can't even think straight anymore. It's tearing you down. So developing a backbone is something that I've had to do. I've had to go through a lot of trials and tribulation. I went through my depression. I went through trying to find a job. I went through pain. I went through surgery. I went through all of this. Things is going on in my personal life right now that's just driving me up the wall. I just want to sit and cry. I want to give up. At first, I felt kind of bad about it. Then I got mad. I got pissed off. Pissed off is what I got. I said, you know what? Ain't going to happen. I got a backbone. I'm a strong person. I have went through so much in my life. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm not going to let this stop me from doing what I'm doing. So I've developed a strong backbone. I've developed thick skin to keep me going. And if you're going to be a prepper, that's what you're going to have to do. Quite simple. Develop it. Get a backbone. Get some thick skin. You don't have to tell people you're prepping. Most of them don't even want to know. And those that do know, if they walk away, they don't want to be your friends, or they don't want to be kinfolks, or whatever it is, you don't need them that bad, because you know what? They're going to be the ones going to show up on your doorstep when they want something. But until then, they're not going to have nothing to do with you. So that's something you got to do as a prepper. You got to learn to be strong within your own self. Because if you let everything else around you control you, it's going to take away from you as a person. Now, I've developed my backbone. I've developed my thick skin. And yes, there was things that was pulling me down, been pulling me down for the last few years. It was pulling me down. I was fighting. I was struggling. Got most of my weight back off. Pulled myself back out of depression. I pulled myself out of a lot of the overall pain I've been in. I pulled myself back out because I had to develop that backbone. And I've had other issues happen in my life that's really just stressing me out and made me mad. I said, I'm not going this route again. Preppers develop a backbone and thick skin. Because if you don't, you're not going to survive it as a prepper. You're not going to survive it as a non-prepper. You're not going to survive anything because you're going to let everything around you control you. And then you're going to be miserable. You're going to be lonely. You're going to be sitting watching TV 3 months at a time, not leaving the apartment or house or whatever. You're going to be sad. So you got to do something. Right? I did. You can too. This life prepper here wants to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.